Thank you for purchasing the Wi-Fi enabled WeMo light switch. Installing it is easy. If you're familiar with basic electrical work, it takes just a few minutes. If you're not, please don't try and do it yourself. Any licensed electrician or a friend who does know how to do basic electrical wiring should do this for you. All set? Okay, let's get started. First, check to see if you have a good strong Wi-Fi signal at the light switch by holding up your smartphone to the light switch and checking the status bar. You should have at least 2 or more status bars. WeMo light switch works with any one-way connection light, which means that it works with standard light switches that control one light or a bank of lights. If more than one switch controls the lights, that's a 3-way connection, and WeMo light switch isn't compatible. Next, turn off the power for the light switch at your circuit breaker. Normally, your circuit breaker is labeled correctly, so you can easily find which breaker turns off your light switch. Now check to make sure the power is off by flipping the switch a few times and making sure the lights don't come on. Now remove the faceplate by unscrewing these 2 screws. Then, also unscrew these 2 screws to detach the switch from the wall. Now check to make sure there's no power going to the switch. I like to use a non-contact voltage detector, like so. You can get one at any hardware store. At this stage, I like to take a picture for future reference in case I need it. On this light switch, the switch wires are these black wires, connected here and here to the light switch. Every light switch will have both of these wires, but they could be either red or black in color. The next wire is the neutral wire, which is required by WeMo light switch, but isn't always present, so it's really important to determine if you have one or not. If present, the neutral wire is normally found within the wall box with a wire nut on top of it. The wire is normally white, which is the case here, but as for all the wires, it could be any color. If you can't find the neutral wire, you won't be able to install the WeMo light switch in this location. You should check to see if other light switches in your house have a neutral wire available and install it there instead. If you need additional information, please visit www.belkin.com/WeMo/lightswitch. Next, we can look for the ground wire. If it's present, it should be plugged into the top of the light switch here. It's normally green or copper in color. Don't worry if you can't find the ground wire. WeMo light switch won't require one. Disconnect the live wires from the old switch by unscrewing them using a screwdriver. Now I'm going to straighten the wire I just removed using pliers. Take one of the black wires from the WeMo light switch, it doesn't matter which one, and use the supplied wire nut to connect it to the switch wires you just removed, like this. In case you found more than one wire, just place them into the wire nut. The best way to use a wire nut is to put the wires side by side, put the wire nut over the top, and twist until tight. Then, while holding the wire nut, gently pull on each wire to make sure it's secure and doesn't pop out. Now we'll do the same thing for the other switch wire. Next, if you have a ground wire, disconnect it from the old switch and connect it to the green wire on the WeMo light switch using the same process. Now for the oh-so-critical neutral wire. First, you will need to remove the wire nut holding together the existing wires. Unscrew it. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Sometimes this is on so tight you might need a pair of pliers to get it off. Then take the white wire from the WeMo light switch and group it together with the wires you just exposed and screw them all together. Because there are 3 or sometimes even more wires, you need to gently pull on each wire to make sure it's secure inside of the wire nut. To finish the job right, I like to wind electrical tape around the wire nuts to make sure the copper conductor is fully concealed. Push all the wires back into the wall box, making as much space as you can for the WeMo light switch. Try pushing the wires to the sides of the box. Set the WeMo light switch in place, line up the screws with the wall box, and screw it in. The faceplate attaches by pressing it onto the front of the switch. If you prefer, you can use your old switch plate or the new one included. But we advise against using metal faceplates as they interfere with your Wi-Fi signal. Now you can turn the power back on at your circuit breaker. Configure WeMo on your smartphone. In Settings, select Wi-Fi and connect to the new WeMo network. Launch the WeMo app and wait while a list of Wi-Fi networks is populated. Now select your home Wi-Fi network. This is the network you normally connect laptops, tablets, and smartphones to. Enter your password and wait while WeMo connects. Now all you need to do is name your light switch, and you can even take a photo if it helps. You're done! Congratulations! Enjoy!